The Nigerian Senate has set up a 6-member ad hoc committee led by Senator Shehu Usman to investigate the drug allegation by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) against Deputy Senate Leader Oyelola Ashiru. This is as the Upper Legislative Chamber expressed displeasure with the reported allegations and formal invitation to the senator by the agency. National Assembly correspondent TVC News has more.
Senator Ashiru is not taking lightly the recent allegations leveled against him by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. The NDLEA has accused the lawmaker of involvement with the distribution of hard drugs following his contributions on the floor of the Upper Legislative Chamber on the bill proposing the creation of another institution to control the prevalence of drug distribution and usage in Nigeria. The deputy leader of the Senate, who is the man in the eye of the storm, while explaining to his colleagues at plenary through a point of order, noted that his privilege as a lawmaker of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has been breached. Describing as malicious the attempt by the agency to tarnish its image, the lawmaker urged the Senate to intervene in the matter to help him clear his name.
Rather than the NDLEA to address the issues raised by the Senate, the agency resorted to subterfuge and gaslighting. This is an attempt to cow the Senate of its rights to free debate on issues of national interest and hear opinions on the floor of Senate.
The Senate also expressed its displeasure with the Drug Enforcement Agency for the manner with which it handled the situation involving the principal officer of the Senate. However, the Senate set up a 6-member ad hoc committee to investigate further and report its findings.
I don't want to jump into conclusion, but you have never been invited by NDLEA. You have never been charged to court by NDLEA. NDLEA never said anything about you as a person. And we in the Senate, we see you as a gentleman to the core. You are not even somebody that takes alcohol. So these things, we must, my dear colleagues, we must take this issue very seriously, because injury to one is injury to all. And we must call this agency to order.
The other committee set up to investigate the matter, led by Senator Shehu Usman, has been given 1 week to report its findings to the Senate. TVC News, Abuja.
Chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, says the commission has secured 3,455 convictions in the last 1 year. He made the statement at the National Cybercrime Summit organized by the Commission in Abuja. Celestina Area has details.
Global loss to cybercrimes may reach a staggering $10.5 trillion by 2025, with approximately 2,328 cases occurring daily. This is the statistics given by the chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, at the National Cybercrime Summit. Mr. Olukoyede said insinuations and misconceptions in some quarters that the Commission is concentrating its operational work on the fight against internet crimes is wrong.
The fact remains that cybercrime threatens the nation's most significant assets, its reputation, economic well-being, the losses by the financial services sector. We cannot continue to sit idly and watch the integrity of our institutions compromised and our youth degenerate into living lives solely dependent on crime. The future of our nation cannot and will not be allowed to hang in the balance. We must take collective actions against cybercrime.
The purpose for this conference is to explore alternatives to cybercrimes that can be optimized for national development.
We have a youth house in Abuja that every young people will go. Even if you are jobless, please go there. Go and put it down. We don't want to know those people that are unemployed. We are partnering with NDE, we are partnering with ITF and others.
Because it provides the information superhighway, it also creates opportunity for the socially deviant people.
If we say that young people should not engage in crime, then we must give them alternatives. And I'm happy that these alternatives are coming in this particular summit.
The criminal activities eventually, the criminal perpetrators will eventually be caught, no matter how long it takes. And will lose all the fortunes,
and their names they think they have gathered.
Special guest of honor, the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, called on mothers to instill the right values in children.
It is crucial that we emphasize and entrench the culture of hard work rooted in honesty and dignity of labor among our teeming youth. In this regard, parents play a pivotal role in raising and guiding their children and wards to be God-fearing.
The high point of this event was the commission of the EFCC Cyber Rapid Response Center by the First Lady.
It's been launched.
Today's event is tailored towards exposing young Nigerians with strong tech skills to the opportunities that abound in various industries and sectors for legitimate wealth creation and honest livelihood. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.
Now let's look at other matters. The federal government has set up a forensic investigative committee to address the incessant grid collapses. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu constituted the committee after an emergency meeting with the leadership of the Transmission Company of Nigeria and the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission on Tuesday. For more updates, the MD-CEO Association of Nigerian Electricity Distributors and the official spokesman for all the discos, Sunday Odunton, joins me on TVC News at 10. Good to have you join us. What exactly should be the terms of reference for the 6-member Forensic Investigative Committee?
Thank you very much. Well, it's just to look at the remote and immediate causes of this, which we all know. So it's not so much about what should be terms of reference. I'm sure that none of the honorable minister. I think what is most important for us to find a way to resolve the problem once and for all by ensuring that we unbundle TCN, take out the system operator, create Nigerian independent system operator, which is exactly what the regulator is trying to do for the body of the federal government. Let that be down power. And I think that's the right time, the right direction. That's the way to go. Had this problem for over 50 years. It's not a new problem, but it has continued to impede the progress that we're making in the power sector.
All right, then. And you know that this year alone, the national grid has actually collapsed at least 7 times. You know, some even say 9 times. And that's despite billions of naira in investment in the power sector. What are we not doing right?
What we're not doing right is, number one, we're not investing right in the transmission grid. Number two, we know that the transmission grid infrastructure is already dilapidated. It didn't just start today. It didn't start with this government. It didn't start with the last government. It didn't even start with the government of the Jonathan. It has been a recurring issue over the years. And a few days ago, the MD-CEO of TCN also came out to say that their equipment are out of date. That alone shows the runs within the TCN. And we cannot blame that MD-CEO or the people in TCN right now for that. Government owns TCN 100%. It is time for the president to do something and do it quickly. It is time for us to look at TCN like a child. You cannot train your child, but your child is not able to educate your child, you're not able to teach your child. It's time to give up that child for adoption. Adoption in this case may mean either full-blown privatization, or if people are talking the sentiment of security, you cannot say concession. And we've covered this up before. The problem with Nigeria is corruption. Simple as that.
All right, Mr. Dunton, we really did have some poor audio from your ends, but let's see if we can have this conversation some other time for perspective on the power sector. Sunday Odunton is MD-CEO and an official spokesman for all the discos. Thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 10. The news at 10 returns in just a moment. Please stay with us.